Refresh. Look at that, it works. Oh my god. Oh wait, I can just do it. Go. Wild Plume. It's third. So it's a third evolution. A champ's blue, right? About like a Butterfree. That's different on everything, right? Bigger than Butterfree. Dragonite? Oh. Oh wait, it's not flying either. Bigger than Butterfree, smaller than Dragonite. Bigger than Vileplume. Who else would that be? So what? It can be. How about Poliwrath? Oh, wait, he's blue and white. Okay. Oops. I. Who else? Is somebody that's fucking just normal? It's not flying. Who isn't flying? Maybe Golem? Oh, what the hell is it? Is it just a single type like fire or something? Who's is there even another evolution that's just fire? Alakazam. You fucking serious? I have like nothing and then just like throw Alakazam at it. So dumb. Yeah. It might be Kadabra. Because it looks like it's city. I think it's Abra. I go Abra. Fuck. It was. It was it. Link uses its tail to catch its prey by dipping it in water at the side of the river. Just laughing at the water's edge. Slowbro? Slowpoke. Slowbro has something. Who is that? Why is this not playing? You have to refresh it. I hate technology. Have I told you that? Who is that? Sir, there's a Pokemon gonna have what horns on its head? Like Tauros? They didn't look like Tauros. Sir? Does anybody else have like horn looking name now? Hmm. Mr. Mime. What? What is this section thingy? It's not very. No. Um, What? Your team are driving there? Like, there's gotta be like a tail or some shit, right? You got a fucking tail. Who got a tail like that? Oh my god, these guys. Oh. He has spiky things on his tail. It looks like a slow king's like crown. Uh, uh, it is fucking Nido King. God damn it. That was his. Oh, God. Boo. Oh, I'm so into learn. I love to learn. Oh my god, what the hell, dude? You can't pop it. Like, on. Okay, so it includes third person, so maybe okay, so what? That has to be 2017 then. Because Yell is 5 years. What, what other? What's our third person? Bird's eye. Oh, so it's an adventure. Yeah, no. It's not. Lamau power tripping let live on. Classic. Get it twisted. Campbell, you will win. This gets super duper. Okay, it's a 17, right? It's got to be 2017. 2017, third person and something else. Came out in 2017. And it's PC. It's got to be PS3. It's got to be. Um, first person year 2017 adventure. I also don't have any of these categories. Oops, figured it. Just pulling list of first openly LGBTQ political. What is this? You can. There's a fucking Wikipedia like card game online. Maybe it's third person and right, bird's eye and third person. Like when did it? 80s. It's not new. Dude, what fucking genre is that? Why did I show your card here? Yeah, so it's fantasy or drama. Only single player. It's gonna be 2017. Correct. Oh. Chaka. Chaka. That's a adventure. It came out in 2017. It's fantasy. Wasn't it like Dragon? Origin. Because Origins was last Dragon. That like 10 years. Oh, okay, so Dragon. Oh, it might be a fucking. It's one of those story, and it's gonna be Unity Engine. It's gonna be like a story game. Fuck it, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, by Capcom. Wait, oh, so, 2017 is by Capcom. It's third person drama. What does Capcom make? There's a fucking drama. Did they make like a point, like a I guess point click game story bullshit? Maybe. Fuck. What's the EU from? I used to forget that. It's because I got it for free with a GPU way back when I could be. I don't think it's really. It would be sick. Hmm. So it does have first person overview. Not giving up on the Gulf entirely. If they pull out their allies, their allies will feel betrayed and probably held from Israel. But I'm also not going to knock down misinformation. God, city. I will go. Oh, should I meet you for me? And then fucking just like, I just um, on. Is that poorly? No, 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 be gone. No. Oh wait, it wasn't fucking fantasy. God damn it! Why did I fucking think dragon? Dog, dumb idiot. Was on fire. It's Resident Evil Zilly. So it's maybe some like dumbass little game or some shit. This is their publisher in the dead. Oh, shit, same. Are you fucking kidding? It is a stupid story game. W and I'm scared of it. Third person. Okay, it's not going to Call of Duty. I'm 6. Dude, it's fucking insane. Okay, so it's not third, not first. Fucking Unity. God damn it. God damn it. Royal Kingdom. The stupid mobile fucking game that's in all the dumbass ads. Okay, so it's not isometric, not first person, not third person. So it has to be a side scroll. That's the only fucking option. Let's pick a side scroller. Oh, look at that. Hey, you now. Fucking Melee 2. So it's comedy, action, fantasy game. Single player only, side view in Unity. It is one of those things. Unity, it's probably going to be in game. Decent shot at that. That rifle sugar free, it's a lot better, man. No cap. Okay, so it's probably AD. It's gonna be a Devolver game. Just trying to go for that. Doesn't they make Quarantine? Ooh, that's one of them. Damn, actually. So maybe it is a Devolver game. No way. That was kind of just a shot in the dark. I guess I'm a developer. So 2018 default. Fantasy comedy. Fantasy comedy. No. String. Yeah, so I guess it's doing one four. That's good. Oh my god. I'm gonna get really yummy. Puppy, puppy. Mango, why? Oh,
DDT is picked up by the plankton living in the marsh, and it accumulates in their tissues. Small fish that eat the plankton get a higher dose of DDT because of the accumulation resulting from eating many plankton during their lifespan.
Why can't I pop this out? What the hell? It's just this one.
Is very low. DDT is picked up by the plankton living in the marsh,
Dude,
and it
why can I
accumulates in their
not pop
tissues.
this video out?
Small fish that eat the plankton get a higher dose of DDT because of the accumulation resulting from eating many plankton during their lifespan. Larger fish that eat many smaller fish receive an even higher dose of DDT. Birds that eat fish, such as this heron, will receive a still higher dose because they eat many fish throughout their lives. This increased concentration of toxic substances in the bodies of animals higher on the food chain is called biological magnification or amplification.
BMG is a very different curriculum from those elite colleges like Stanford and Harvard, but not that different in how its students behave. What I mean here is that BMG is still an elite institution, and it seems to attract students accordingly. Much like Harvard and Stanford, many of these students do not graduate, and much like at those elite universities, it does not really matter. Possibly due to the very traditional nature of Orthodox Judaism, the students that go through BMG tend to overwhelmingly favor real estate when it comes to choosing a career path. An article in the real estate news site, The Real Deal, details how Lakewood's real estate has been supercharged in recent years. Using the arrest of Eli Puritz, a 29-year-old yeshiva graduate who has recently been sentenced to prison for real estate fraud along with his father, Aaron, as an example of how deep the problem of real estate fraud goes. Between just the two of them, over $42 million in restitution has been paid. Eli, for what it's worth, seemed to be extremely and genuinely remorseful about his actions in his quotes given for the article and in the podcast appearance it cites. He places blame on himself for what he did and seems almost relieved at his imminent 2-year prison stint. But Eli did not arrive at this shady deal with just his family connections. In the interview with The Real Deal, journalist Keith Larson provided some context that Eli elaborated upon. But the yeshiva graduates don't have much in the way of formal business education, and so they have to pursue careers with low barriers to entry. Puritz believes nursing homes and real estate fit the bill. It's definitely been a machine that's been on this vicious cycle, and I think that people just look at my story as well as similar stories and just think that it could have been them. What I've been dancing around is what makes the yeshiva system so problematic. They teach their graduates absolutely no real-world skills, but provide them with a vast network of connections. One would hope that the amount of responsibility for others' well-being is somewhat proportional to their qualifications and skills. Unfortunately, real estate is an area where this correlation is not enforced and not very common in the first place, especially in Lakewood, where most working-age men were in the yeshiva system at one point. The fact so many of these men chose to get into real estate is not actually all that surprising when you account for all the factors going in. 1. The barrier to entry is nearly non-existent, a requirement for yeshiva graduates who are taught virtually zero transferable skills. 2. Among jobs with low entry barriers, real estate brokerage is far and away the most lucrative and can guarantee a sizable middle-class income to men even in their early 20s. 3. Orthodox Jews tend to have large families. For example, Eli Puritz already had 2 children he was referring to in the interview he gave, one of whom would have been born around the time he started this scheme at age 24. 4. Supporting growing ultra-Orthodox families necessitates higher salaries for the men. Women are allowed to work, and actually do so at higher rates, at least in Israel among the ultra-Orthodox, but still make far less than their husbands on average. All of this squeezes the yeshiva graduate who wishes to make a career for himself into a narrow range of potential jobs, with real estate offering the best returns for the most ambitious. It's easy to see how someone like Eli got wrapped up in this with barely a high school education. So how does this tie into Cars for Kids? Quite easily, it turns out. Ura has been in this real estate game for a long time and has spent millions of donated dollars on various properties. Ura lost over $7 million after supposedly falling victim to a Ponzi scheme. This is compared to the $12 million that they spent on children's programming during the same time period. I say supposedly as Ura apparently used Liam Puritz, the father of the currently incarcerated Aaron Puritz, as their go-to developer. I couldn't find any indication that Liam was involved in the Ponzi scheme at any point, but this might also just be Ura covering their own ass. Ura also works with retailers through Cars for Kids. They have a brokerage referral program which allows realtors to refer their clients to Cars for Kids and get reimbursed if the client donates the property to Cars for Kids. This has allowed Cars for Kids to accumulate a sizable sizable portfolio of properties. Most appear to be empty lots in semi-rural areas,
fuck.
but with taxed on these being minuscule for Ura's balance sheets, it might be part of a longer-term strategy. In case you thought Ura wanted to keep us under the table, they actually offer learning opportunities for those interested in real estate. It's not totally clear how this program works, but it's not totally kept a secret either. There's more to this, there's more to everything about Ura, but this is the gist of what I could find. Still, sketchy financial dealings are only really scratching the surface when it comes to what makes Cars for Kids / Ura truly
This guy's a mean
organization.
TV
Well, his father,
creator.
Chaim Mintz, is the spiritual leader.
know
Eliyahu
that.
Mintz is the brains behind Ura and Cars for Kids when it comes to their day-to-day operations. It's hard to find a definitive picture of a younger or even current day Mintz. He uses Five-ish as a profile picture whenever possible, but does post prolifically on Facebook and to his personal website. We'll get to that in a bit. His Facebook is where you can see some little details about how Cars for Kids is spending their money, like on a Hummer for their Boys Zone summer camp and on Five-ish's Funmobile. To cut to the point, Eliyahu Mintz is a rabid Zionist who takes every opportunity that he can to either deny or justify the atrocities committed by Israel. On his personal blog, he conflates criticism of Israel with anti-Semitism and questions why Amnesty International condemns Israel and not actual human rights abuses.
Plastic.
On his other blog, he has like 4 for some reason, he further dehumanizes Palestinians, referring to them only as either Arabs or as the so-called
Plus, these
Palestinians.
dudes, literally,
There's also
all they
arguments
do is
against
just
the fact that Booking.com
oh,
gives
shit
uploading to
online.
booking at
That's
hotels in the
it.
occupied West Bank, which Mintz refers to as Judea and Samaria, implying all of it belongs to Israel. His feelings on this might be connected to his downplaying of statements made by Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel, who called for a Palestinian village to be wiped out because there were no innocent people living there. Beyond the borders of Israel, Mintz has expressed his support for the assassination of Iran's leadership by the United States or Israel itself. He also celebrated the fact that Gal Gadot passed Gigi Hadid in Instagram followers, which is strange for him to do because I thought that Orthodox Judaism wasn't too accepting to the kind of person that cares about the following numbers of female celebrities. It really raises the question of why the head of such a large charity is putting his opinions out here like this. To partially answer the question, I think it's because this organization has insulated itself from public opinion so much that its CEO can say these things on his own blog and not get
Because
in
they're
trouble
just
for it.
nuts.
Still, it's not the first thing that Uruk prefers to keep under wraps. This is a content warning for sexual assault. I'll put up a timestamp for when I stop talking about it.
God damn it. Of course.
By the time Dorina Sokolovsky settled out of court with Ura, over 6 years had passed. For all these years, Sokolovsky had been pursued relentlessly by the Orthodox community for uploading a video detailing her sexual abuse at the hands of Gidi Kohn-Shenkopf, one of the counselors at the Girls' Zone, and the issue was repeatedly pushed to rabbinical courts in order to protect Shenkopf from answering for these crimes as an employee of Ura. It was only thanks to the work of people in Zaka, a victims advocacy group working in the Orthodox community, that this case even came to light. Speaking out against abuse in any community is hard enough, but one that prizes insularity and trust as much as the Orthodox community makes coming forward a uniquely difficult emotional, mental, and sometimes even physical ordeal. Zaka actually lists on their websites a few key difficulties with holding abusers accountable in the Orthodox community. To quote, many communities, particularly Haredi, ultra-Orthodox communities, have institutional policies requiring that victims ask rabbis for permission before reporting child sexual abusers to secular authorities. Other leverage points often involve pressuring victims or their families into silence by threatening them with unemployment, eviction, expulsion of their children from yeshiva, the prospect of their children and extended families being ineligible for shidduchim, matchmaking, or general ostracism from the community. This is also not just a case of hush money being paid so that an organization wouldn't have to deal with the fallout and paperwork of the lawsuit. Ura fought this lawsuit tooth and nail. According to Zaka, motions and subpoenas were filed as often as possible at Ura in order to prove that the lawsuit was being brought on by Zaka and not the plaintiff. Some of this is obviously to be expected by a group trying to win a legal battle, and we don't have Ura's interpretation of events. But given how long this was drawn out, and the fact that Ura went on the legal counteroffensive to get as many documents sealed as possible, it does raise a lot of questions as to what their end goal was. The lengths gone to here, gone with what the victim was put through out of court, suggests that the goal was not a quiet settlement, but explicit punishment. Of course, the greatest revelation from all of this is that the money donated to Cars for Kids is being used to settle child sexual abuse lawsuits. There's no way around this fact, and it should raise more red flags than even the disregard for children's physical safety at their camps. Ura has not publicly acknowledged this lawsuit or offered any kind of explanation for what their role in it was, leaving Zaka as the only reliable source on what transpired. I've reached out to Ura, but not gotten a response back yet. Of all the dangers in the zone camps, not all of them are to campers or animals. The most dangerous conditions are endured by the contractors it relies upon. See, subcontracting itself isn't all that unusual, and a summer camp that needs regular maintenance and new construction is going to be utilizing these services fairly often. What's notable about Ura is how they treat their contractors, or really anyone outside their immediate organization. According to an anonymous source who lived in the community around the zone I spoke to, people who do work at the zone are routinely underpaid, which would be consistent with protests outside Ura's headquarters that occurred back in 2010, and with Facebook comments I've read by local residents. This anonymous source also alerted me to an incident that occurred in one of the ponds owned by Ura near the zone. Around 2:30 on Friday, March 31st, 2023, police were called to respond to a call off Scotch Valley Road in Schoharie County, according to the Times-Union. A small boat had flipped, and 3 of the passengers were plunged into the icy waters. 2 of them had emerged, 1 could not be found. It would be another day before the body of Juan E. Parco Sayas could be recovered. Sayas, an Ecuadorian national, was being employed as part of a team installing tiles for the zone, but were not officially employees of the company, a fact that a camp spokesperson was quick to point out. Despite only working as contractors, it was reported that these men were living on site at the camp. It was never clarified why these men were fishing in a pond that had just recently thawed. The fact that these men were living on site in a remote area with potentially hostile employers makes the fact that they were fishing in these conditions seem less and less like a way to pass the time. My source told me that the other 2 men were gone the next day, presumably going back to New Jersey or to their families in Ecuador. At least one can only hope. Ura runs a ruthless operation at the zone, but the way in which it is ruthless is not in its staff management. Ura runs a ruthlessly efficient operation at the zone, but the way in which it is ruthless is not in its staff management, in its scheduling, or even in its building. In fact, it's pretty bad at all of those things. What it is ruthlessly efficient at is how they have kept this operation going for over a decade without significant public backlash, despite the fact that it is a beneficiary of a nationwide advertising campaign. One can really only hope that this changes soon.
Why the fuck? Why is this YouTube window behaving so fucking weird? God, I hate it. Why does this just not? Classic. Why the fuck is it
And Iran
Marvel
is the
Rivals,
bad
dog?
guy. They're evil. They are the evil. They are the reason for all this bullshit.
Today, the U.S. and Israel launched an unprecedented joint attack on Iran with the stated intention to overthrow the Iranian regime.
Our objective is to
What a
defend
clown.
the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
I'm personally in favor of intervention for the people in Iran, and I think it's
God, this
overwhelming.
stupid
The Persians
fucking
and
hats,
Hasim
dude.
seem to overwhelmingly support intervention against the Ayatollah
They're so
regime.
fucking
the American
dumb.
president to rebuild Gaza into a
Oh
sprawling
yeah, we got to blow
seaside
everything up so we can build a
metropolis.
hotel and fucking golf
It's
course.
all about location. And I said, look at this location on the sea. Look at this beautiful piece of property, what it could be for so many people.
Someday, when this regime is toppled, Iranians being a popular tourist place for Americans or even Israelis.
Jesus,
Ethan Klein, the sickly host of the Crumbling H3 podcast, has long associated himself with some sort of moralistic left, where all people victim to some sort of authoritarian government must be rescued via American intervention, unless of course that country is Israel.
One state solution. I find it incredible that people think that Hamas is going to take over all of Israel and happily coexist with Israelis. Because if you have a one-state solution and the right to return, all that's going to happen is like everybody is trying to bring as many people there as possible. And like by the time, there frankly are a lot of Palestinians, right, in the area. And once the Palestinians outnumber the Jews, anything is fair game for the Jews. Anything.
After his falling out with Hassan Piker, Ethan has done everything he can to distance himself from the socialist Hassanabi left. But as the Trump regime continues with its interventionist efforts against anti-imperialist nations, Ethan, in having the opposite opinion of Hassan Piker at all times, has only associated himself more and more with the right, a phenomenon a lot of his fans had to come to terms with in the case of war with Iran, a war he's been cheering on and hoping for some time now.
It's the classic, like, Donald Trump, my people yearn for freedom, please glass Iran take that you hear from, people living on American soil. Like, the only way to save Iran is by
shit.
glassing it.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider joining our Patreon to support independent media. Thank you. In all honesty, I don't think Ethan
That is
Klein's
so
political
fucking
compass
dumb.
is intrinsically
That was
linked
actually
to the
on
opposite
there.
opinion of Hassan Piker's,
Fucking
although it
crap.
does seem like it. The more obvious explanation, one that disproves the false correlation between the two former co-hosts, is that Ethan, without fail, believes the American state narrative. Like every time. And if you've watched him as long as I have, you know he's been falling for this for a long
If
time.
you still believe the
In
fucking
2019,
American
he
State
said we
Department,
should support Hong
the
Kong
fucking dumbass
financially,
Rubio
former
and his
colonial
stupid
appendage,
fucking
so
clown shoes. Like, you're dumb, man. Like, you've been duped. You'll believe fucking anything in that. But it's so stupid. Like, oh, yeah, Cuba's government's starving themselves. Don't mind the blockade we've got on.
Trying to hold on to its monarchical culture.
I find myself
We're doing
concerned
this to
about
help
China.
you. It's like
I find
abuser
myself
shit.
concerned about their way that they treat their citizenry with the social rating system, with the facial recognition. The Chinese citizens now have social scores. You can lose points by participating in activism or protests. And what can happen when you get a low social score? You can not leave the country. You cannot use public transportation, stuff like this. And so the way that they are finding to control their citizenry is some very frightening things for the future of civilization. I also wonder about if the United States should be more active in supporting Hong Kong protesters. That seems to me a great opportunity for America to prop up an ally and a democratic society over there in that part of
Hong Kong wasn't even
He's been
fucking
a long-time
democratic
believer of
either.
the Uyghur genocide, a Western myth designed to justify some sort of independence movement in Western China.
And then this happened.
You know, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different.
Let's see what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years. UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a US research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing
So where-
of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China, where they face imprisonment or execution.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hassan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population? How does this even make sense?
And of course, he believes that Israel
Have
has the
you
right to
ever
defend.
been to China? There's fucking mosques everywhere. I went to one of the oldest mosques in Beijing, like right by the art museum. It's like nestled in all these big buildings, like city area. It's like in Xi'an, there's the Grand Mosque. Obviously, they really hate Muslims. It's just like very clear that the Uyghurs, the Uyghur narrative is crafted by the CIA and the State Department. They used Afghanistan since it's right there to smuggle weapons into it. It's odd how since the Afghan pullout happened, there hasn't been many reports of violence and shit from there. So, just a coincidence.
Itself from Islamic terrorists propped up by the Islamic Republic of Iran who want to end the lives of the entire Jewish population. The most laughable narrative of them all.
One of the biggest issues between me, Hassan, and his community was that I am in favor of a 2-state solution while they are in favor of a 1-state solution. Their theory is that after the October 7th attack, Israel should just dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained. The problem is that Israel's been at war with its neighbors for 70 plus years, and it makes a lot of sense that there be some
What are you talking
distrust
about?
there. Is it really insane to think that Jews, as an
There's
ethnic
gonna
minority in
fucking
Israel, would not
rival.
be safe?
That's
After all,
okay,
Israel
fuck
is a
them.
country of refugees. If the Jews didn't come from Europe after the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts.
That is blatantly not true, dude. Remember when he used to be funny? Remember that? That was like the funniest thing he ever did, and he was just like he just dressed up like a dweeb and went around vaping. I don't even know if that one they were even. I don't even think they were making fun of somebody. Like the Matt Haas one, how they were making fun of the video that the dude made.
Following the 1948 war. In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians during the Nakba.
Despite being considered a progressive by American standards, Ethan Klein not only falls for the pro-imperialist liberal state narrative, but he plays a key role in the distribution of this propaganda as the bumbling idiot who will believe anything he's told.
Don't they have Uyghur camps? Is that?
It's not a.
Wasn't Comrade Casey one of the ones who was like originally an H3?
And they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
I saw this
But yeah,
crazy
they're-
documentary, and I don't know. I don't know.
There was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No,
for-
that's no.
I'm telling you, they were in China with.
Dog, that one is like Shen Yun,
They're like, we
Falun
can
Gong.
get you an organ from a Uyghur.
Now, Ethan has been talking about Iran for a long time,
Yeah,
but it's
the
only recently
Pakistans,
that he
Falun
started to
Gong.
blame them for every problem under the sun, the most common Zionist propaganda in Israeli state media.
The foremost sponsor of global terrorism could be weeks away from having enough enriched uranium for an entire arsenal of nuclear weapons.
Over the summer, during the last Israel and Iran back and forth, Ethan basically totally backed Israel and their state narrative by outcrying the state of Iran as the source of all evil in the Middle East.
And Iran is the f***ing bad guy. They're evil. They are the evil. They are the reason for all this bullshit. Like Hamas, Hezbollah, they're all attacking under the direction of Iran.
And this is the episode where Ethan first plants the seed that somehow no one hates Iran like Iranians hate Iran.
You know who hates Iran, the Iranian government the most? Iranians.
The people.
I mean, this is just textbook liberal propaganda, disguising an invasion as some sort of rescue mission. And just
Yeah,
a
you know who
couple months ago, well before
hates the
war with
US
Iran was
government
a
the most?
reality, Ethan Klein
Everybody.
basically dedicated an entire episode of his show convincing his audience that the US should go to war with Iran.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends, lovers, enemies, snarkers, welcome all. We're back, baby. We've been gone for a month, and our longest break ever, but we're all feeling energized, rejuvenated, ready to go. It's 2026. We're ready. We're back.
Let's keep people
We're
to the
so
show.
back.
They'll just
They
lick
spent
it
most of the
ass.
episode talking about how supposedly awful it is to live in Iran.
For ever feeling joy, they would arrest you in Tehran, Iran.
But literally.
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Yeah.
It's literally there. He lives there.
It
What do you
is
mean?
literally what
He
happened
just
there.
got here like 2 days ago. He flew from Iran, where he lived his whole life, and is in America. And they're like, bro, stop lying about your lived experience. What? Western chauvinism, peak. White colonists, bro. These white settlers.
Like what he's saying is so silly to them that they are saying it is
basically,
irony,
like-
but that is actually the reality.
Took all the words that Hassan said on the Leftovers podcast and then just was like, I'm going to flip these and use them to defend it. To defend Israel and attack all of Israel's enemies. God, hang on a second. God, let's see. Actually, hold on. Fucking hell. There's Leisure Suit Larry games still? What the fuck? Maybe it didn't open on my main screen. Boom. Save. Finish try. I figured out what. I had the tab here. Whoops. Oops. Shut up. Leave me alone. I don't care. Open. Fuck. Open the virus. I don't care. Why can't I? 3 days to milk. Fuck, I need to finish all my other shit too. Fucking doing those. No. Start drinking the Elgins.
今天你想成为哪位英雄？
给盗贼之王让道。
这次我该给谁发红牌呢？
Really? Fuck. Why do people ban Gambit? I don't get that. I was gonna say ban Hawkeye. No.
"想要获胜，你们需要组建一支高水平的队伍。我们是斗篷与匕首，斗篷织就恐惧，匕首点亮希望。
Dog, we're on D. I guess I could penny. I guess.
第一回合开始，是因为他们并未真正了解他。还剩30秒，准备出击。
星爵，我的妹妹真不该把你送到这里。
我也这么觉得。 直接这个星球吞掉了我们的飞船。
瓦坎达会养成你所更加先进的飞船。
行，谢了。不过记得给它装上磁带播放器哦。
战斗倒计时，5、4、3、2、1。你们必须阻止他们。
Blacked out and fancy guys and fancy pants is.
对我们家来说司空见惯了。
他们看着来势汹汹，空旷的空间中，无处可躲的危险。打碎这关卡！身体需要帮助，恰到好处的治疗。又能再战许久。
这下好多了。就是最好的帮手。生生不息，
正好需要一点支援。
Let's try and get back.
感受牵引，生命之光永不熄灭。
闪耀登场！老师，
别担心，我永远在守住这里，否则就会前功尽弃。慢一下了，感觉很神奇。
起飞！啊，谢了，朋友。啊，谢了，朋友。
非常感谢。
好客降临！
应该赶紧溜！
漩涡迸发，
恰到好处的治疗。
匕首就是最好的帮手。60秒倒计时。
能帮个小忙吗？一剂良药。
光速恢复。
我们的敌人手上不
匕首就是最好的帮手。
What the hell is Black Panther just like shredding them? What is going on?
星爵再得2分。哦，打败。
好客降临！
应该赶紧溜了。
只剩下30。
Don't worry, guys. I'm tanking.
坚持住，我们可以的。正好需要一点支援。
一系好10秒，好的帮手。
What the fuck?
必须守住这里，否则就会前功尽弃。无计可施，匕首就是最好的帮手。麻烦来了。
我又恢复了力量。
和光抛船。目前的比分是0比0。
Why did you say K? That's
是时
fucking.
候改变策略了，不如互换一下双方的阵营吧。想要获胜，你们需要组建一支高水平的队伍。
I'm getting better at swimming.
斗篷织就恐惧，匕首点亮希望。第2回合开始。总有一丝光亮。
What? Why'd they surrender?
准备出击！恭喜你赢得了一场史诗般的胜利。
Who the f was that? I didn't even. Dude, did Black Panther have like 1,000,000 KOs? Like. What the hell? That guy disconnected. It was 5-on-6. 5-on-6? The dude DC. What the fuck? That guy disconnected. Yeah, dude, look at that. He was just fucking. Him and Star-Lord were just killing him. We haven't had to do shit. It's so funny how he DC. They are perfect. Oh, yeah, change back to that. Oh my god, I know that's the same guy.
Ah.
我会继承父亲的遗愿，守护我们的城市，成为他的骄傲。这次我该给谁发红牌呢
Real?
Why? What is with the fucking Gambit pants?
Night.
The hell was that? It must be talking to somebody else or some shit.
想要获胜，你们需要组建一支高水平的队伍。
Anybody else tank?
Dude.
We're gonna have a group.
You play ammo, and to be honest, I only play DPS.
Only play DPS. Check that'd be fucking.
Fine, but they're gonna have a group.
第一回合，再危险的行动，只要蜘蛛机甲在身边，我都感觉100%安心。还剩30秒，准备出击。哼，再来一层立场护盾。好啊。经历了这么多以后，回到这里真有种不合适的感觉。独自在宇宙中漂流，肯定对你的。
I can't pay attention half the time because Emma's butt looks so good.
在这场暴风战斗倒计时，5、4、3，地雷部署完毕。欣然接受。敌人可能就在附近。这种小场面在危境训练十分重要。我需要尽快阻止那两让的太区，有人要被炸伤了。能量正在提升。 我保护你。无尽的战斗意味着冥界不断
God damn it!
I'm gonna get eaten alive.
准备好再来一次了吗？蜘蛛机甲。
威力如此强大，有人能帮帮我吗？
烟花时间到，系统正在重启。扶手待命，机甲出动，无计可施。
阿克摩托之眼。
God, fuck off. Damn, I should have been but oh, that's also.
Penny, can you get off of Penny?
Fuck.
准备好，快拦下那辆载具。时机灵魂，还有机会阻止他们。
Jesus fucking. I think a penny is fucking awesome. I don't even think I hit a penny, man. Jesus.
他们到达了检查点，现在是阻止他们的好时机。
His help.
快拦下那辆载具！
阿克摩托之眼。阿克摩托之眼。
二人击败，机不可失，快拦住他们！护心枪在黑暗中，在这儿呢，狡猾的家伙！ 别再让他们前进分好，否则后果不堪设想。
Fuck off.
Damn, bro.
行踪逐影。
光影交织，纵横无敌。
目前的比分是0比3，是时候改变策略了，不如互换一下双方的阵营吧。
Jesus,
想要获
tits,
胜
dude.
你们需要组建一支高水平的队伍。
我是格鲁特。
第二回合开始。
哦，选我，有我当前排，咱们绝对受不了。猜猜我这次在次元袋里装了啥好东西？
还剩30秒，准备出击。
God damn. It's like 2 laps. I just fucked games. I haven't played fucking Deadpool.
哦，只是在想，猎杀生命化身会是什么滋味？
Everybody come over here. There's penny mines right there. There's somebody outside this door too.
看来我们开派对的时间到了。
我本可以继续待在怪兽岛或者蛮荒之地。快去搭把手，把那辆带去萨达的队。
我太信赖我的感觉了。无法抗拒的可爱暴击。
我是格鲁特，
斩尽杀绝！
光影教师，纵横无敌。开放了，亲爱的。
没错，宝贝儿，这才够劲儿。
How the fuck is this working out?
无计可施。
No! God damn it.
众生尽灭，2连击败。
谢天谢地，还好这书有插图。
逮到你了！神社离我们不远了。光明之力提供神器，
快推动载具前进！发现敌人，快跟上！牵引。
没错，宝贝儿，这才够劲儿！
谁来帮帮我好吗？
斩尽杀绝！
I'm up here. Both over.
我总是往雪地边站着，血猫，人家还想要马里奥的火花呢。
光影交织，纵横无敌。
只剩下30秒。
我太信赖我的感觉了。
阿克魔童之眼。
Ah, fuck off, dude.
最后10秒。
我又活了。不死死士。
武道馆已经。
6-7.
最终比分
0
比3。
Fucker 6-7.
就当是让他们一局，不要气馁，继续加油。
Good job, everybody. You did it. many fucking things I got? Doubles.
今天你想成为哪位英雄？
They're talking about something else.
我会继承父亲的遗愿，守护我们的城市，成为他的骄傲。这次我该给谁发红牌呢？
It's my neck. Just like right here. Yeah, it's this stuff. Is the rest he would ban her? Because I don't think she can even. Fuck off. Banning Camp is such a bitch.
想要获胜，你们需要组建一支
It's
教
so
士平队。
dumb. You fucking not damn like 100% German or something. Whatever the fuck that is. Fuck. Ugh.
第一回合，再危险的行动，只要蜘蛛机甲在身边，我都感觉100%安心。还剩30秒，准备出击。
孩子，你真的要致力于保护生命的秘密之网吗？
如果总要有人挺身而出，那不如就由我来吧。
这项任务对整个宇宙来说都至关重要。你真的准备好了吗？
目前来看，
The hell was that?
而且同样的问题，我也可以问你，不是吗？3、2、1。有人要被炸去到把手，把力量再次送到攻击。来势汹汹，一看就是坏家伙。注意警戒那些机械蜘蛛。烟花时间的光速很早。 时
Oh my god, it is so fucking hilarious to watch when they do that though. Oh my god, it is so fucking funny. Am I lagging? Shit.
众神站在我们这边，团队协作真不错。有人要被炸伤了，在接到了检查点，继续保持这种纯净。地雷部署完毕。 1+1大于2，护盾下线。地雷部署完毕。
Dang, finally got a kill.
无计可施。机甲出动！小蜘蛛们，一起上吧！地雷部署完毕。 系统正在重启，快成功了！1+1大于2，有人踩到我的陷阱了！烟花时间到，无极凤凰。目前的比分是3-0，是时候改变策略了。
Just like every fucking round has been just fucking lopsided.
想要获胜，你们需要组建一支高水平的队伍。我会继承父亲的遗愿，守护我们的城市，成为他的骄傲。第2回合，我敢肯定，在任何时间线里，我都是最酷的蜘蛛英雄。还剩30秒，准备出击。你想复写蜘蛛机甲的程序，门儿都没有。 可驾驶蜘蛛机甲的是2个有机生命。现在你知道，有时候即使真诚也无法打动对方了吗？4、3、2，地雷部署完毕。你们需要尽快阻止那2辆载具。有人踩到我的陷阱了！ 烟花时间到，系统正在重启。
吃，纵横无敌。有人要被炸伤了。团队协作真不错。
Wait, they made it. They made it so. Dang it, they got it a few feet.
该上场了，小家伙们！地雷部署完毕，阻止了他们的脚步。护盾会保护我们。我们所向披靡，这就是我的高光时刻。有人要被炸伤了！
气贯长虹！
有人踩到我的陷阱了！
飞禽万军！
Why are they scared of fucking Benny?
孬的，志不算数。快拦下那辆载机！他们已经走了一半了，快拦住他们！有人要被炸伤了。能量正在提升。60秒倒计时。靠你们了，我的小伙伴！有人要被炸伤了。
It's fucking stupid. They literally just run straight out into it. He aimed it. God, dude.
别轻易放弃我们，团队协作真不错。最终比分3-0。恭喜你赢得了一场史诗般的胜利。
Fuck. Ugh. Shit, I almost still living shit. Wait, I don't get that. 600. Does this get event bonuses stacked to them. Nice. And what are these? Dang. What's this? Jeez. What the fuck, dude? Scarlet Witch actually doesn't get used much. Triple hallway, okay. Those dogs. Chase them down. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a